What's up, Internet? I'm Garrett. We're back here with another video, and today we're going to talk about some really cool parts that go in really cool cars like this. Let's get started. Here's our pile of parts we have to talk about today. I think that these are all cool, and I'm going to tell you what they all are and why, I think that you should think that they're cool. Here we have a JDM Roof Vent. They came on some very, really cool models on the JDM GCs, and I'll talk about those. Right here we have some Taillight Trim. It doesn't really look that much special, but it has a little Type R badge there, and I'll tell you guys why that's kind of neat too. This right here is a Ray's STI center cap. I'll talk about the wheels that these go on and why the center cap is quite interesting. Right here are two different types of STI brake lines. One's a full set, one is just the fronts, and I'll tell you the differences and what makes them kind of neat. And lastly, over here we have some STI silicone radiator hoses, and I'll tell you about why those are really cool, why they're necessary, and why they're really, really expensive for really no reason. First thing on the list are these STI radiator hoses. As you can see, they're made out of silicone. The interiors are blue and the exteriors are red. You can tell that they are the STI type by the STI branding here on this hose and the STI branding here on this hose. They're the top and bottom hoses, and they're made by Samco. These are not the same as just the aftermarket Samco ones you can get, noticeably because of the STI logos. But these are actually sold through STI in the STI catalog. These models are specific for the GC8, and I can show you that this way. Right here you can see there's a normal radiator hose right there, and this goes installed right on there. I want to put these on my car, but I haven't found a good reason to drain my coolant yet, so I'm hoping I can find a good reason to put them on because they're pretty cool. And then obviously the bottom radiator hose will go on the bottom part down there. Whoa, scenery change. So as I was editing my video, I actually realized I forgot to talk about why these hoses are actually even better. They're made out of silicone, like I said, and silicone just reacts better to higher temperatures and like more removal. So if people have, their track car or whatever, and they're constantly taking on and off radiator hoses, silicone's the way to go. It also just, it doesn't break down, I guess, might be the right or wrong word. I don't know. In higher heat situations, so when you're on like the racetrack, your coolant temps are higher, and silicone just they just works better with that. So that's kind of why they're advantageous to have. As far as why they cost so much, you can't buy these new anymore, which will always drive prices of something up. But these in particular, you can't get new, and they're cool. They obviously are blingy, so people who don't go to the track anyways are kind of attracted to them for that. And silicone's expensive too, and the style, it's kind of like a weaved in, not weaved, but can't really think of the word for it, wrapped kind of process here. So it's a lot more expensive than just classic rubber hoses that you have on the car. And that's kind of why they're really expensive and why people want them. So I'm going to add that in, and hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Alright, here we are with some STI option wheels. These ones are made by Ray's. I don't know if there's a Ray's marking that isn't on the inside, but there's a center cap there, which we'll get to outside in a bit. But these are the Ray's RS Zeros. They are a fully forged wheel, as you can tell by the marking there. Here's the interior sticker I was talking about that has the size, the year of date, the model RS0, Ray's obviously, and the barcode. So if someone says that they have RS0s and it doesn't have this this plate here, they're either fake or it fell off, because honestly these actually are really quite easy to peel off. But just look for that if you're in the market for some of these wheels. They're painted gold, and these wheels came in several different offsets and sizes and everything. There's a 17x7 version, there's a 17x8 version, there's an 18x7.5 version. There's plenty of different kinds, and you can tell the 17x7.5 version by first the single STI sticker here on the one spoke, as well as these three dimples here, which differentiate it from the 17x7 versions. And also they look really nice too. You can also tell by these stickers around the center here It's the 17 by 7.5 version or the 17 by 8 version. The 17 by 7 versions do not have those stickers. The center cap size is also quite a bit larger, which I can show you guys here in a second the difference. Just 1 second here. Here's the difference in center caps. These are the center caps for the 17 by 7 wheels. Ignore this, I have them hanging on a little thing on my wall. And as you can see, they're a little bit smaller. It's almost like this one fits on the inside here. We'll look at these center caps a bit later, like I said before, and that's what these wheels are right here. Pretty awesome. And they're sitting right by my bed because that's just where I have room for them. Next on the list is our Type R taillight trim, and as you can see, it goes right where that should go. The US models had the all-wheel drive on it, and the Type R models, which is the two-door, had the Type R logo on them. This one actually came from a Type RA model. We just cut the A off, but yeah, you know, we don't have to tell anybody. It kind of just goes on like that. Kind of cool. Over here we have the brake lines, and if you can't tell already, there's two sets that are quite different. This set right here, they have braided lines, which supposedly gives you a little better brake feel as the line, like these rubber ones, doesn't pulse out when you put pressure to it. These ones are actually STI branded lines. They're a pretty rare option part to the tune of around $300 when they were new, which sounds ridiculous, and you might think it is ridiculous, but you know, you get OEM quality with these, and these have the part numbers on the back of them here. And you know, I was going to put these on my car as well, but you know, apparently they're worth a lot, and I'd like to get rid of them instead of use them. These lines here are kind of the same situation. They're actually from a version 5 STI, and you can tell they have the STI brandings right here on them. But these are just the stock rubber lines. These are not option parts, and you can clearly see the difference between the stock ones and the option parts right here. It's quite cool. For these, you can tell it's a full set front and rear by the straight lines here. For the rear, I believe, I could be wrong. Someone can correct me if they know more than me. The fronts here, they have a little bit of a curve here to go onto the front fore pots that came on the cars back then. So little differences there. Kind of neat. Really cool. These don't have mountings for to go into the struts like the stock ones do. I'm not sure what that's really about. If somebody wants to let me know, I'm actually quite curious. So let me know. These are really cool. So I said we would get to the center caps, and now we're to the center caps. These are really neat center caps. They're made from aluminum and carbon fiber. It's real carbon fiber here, which is just really neat. Really cool quality product made by STI and Rays together. I don't know if you can kind of see the sheen there on that carbon. It's really neat. They're really light. Obviously, if you have light wheels, you don't want to add extra weight by having solid steel center caps. As you know, little weight it is, it does kind of add up, I suppose, if you think about that. And it kind of just comes with some sticky backing here, and then these mounting rings, and that keeps them sealed on your wheels so that nobody steals them from you, because as it turns out, these are worth about $200 to $500 to $800 if you want to try and get them online. I have no idea why they sell for that much, but they're pretty rare. You can't get them anymore brand new. They're really cool. They fit almost every interesting Rays wheel. They fit TE37s, they fit CE28s, they fit RE30s, I believe, as well as some Graham Lights, which are made by Rays too. So I haven't tried them on the Graham Light wheels, but I do know that they fit TE37s and CE28s, and they're really neat. I'm really happy to get a set of these. I actually didn't think I was ever going to find my way into a set of these, but I got a really good deal on these, and I couldn't help myself, and I picked them up. So they'll be going on my car this summer for my summer wheels once the weather heats up around here. Lastly, here we have the JDM Roof Vent. It's going to be kind of hard for me to really show you what this does right now, because I don't have it on my car. However, this mounts on the top of the roof and acts as kind of like a scoop when you open it up. So it'll kind of sit like this on the inside with this trim and the seal to make it look nice, obviously, on the inside. And then, on a nice day, or you want some airflow, you pop it open kind of like this, and it sits open, and it lets kind of airflow in. I'll post a picture of what it's supposed to look like on a car, and I plan to get this on at some point this summer on my car, because I have to do a whole roof swap for this to work. These came on a bunch of different GC models. They came on the STI Type Rs and RAs. I believe they were just an option for the Rs, as not every single Type R I've seen has had one of these. But they did come on every single Type R V Limited and Type RA V Limited, which is pretty cool. Obviously, this was painted because none of those cars came in this red color. And it was actually white at one point. These only came in white and blue, so I'm going to have to repaint this blue, obviously, to match my car. But that's okay. No problem there. They also came on the WRX RA and the WRX RAV Limited, which is kind of a littler known fact as they aren't STIs, but nonetheless, they're very cool parts. I'll probably make a whole video on when I get that installed, just because it's a whole big thing in itself. But I'm really excited to have my hands on one of these. They're not getting any easier to find, obviously. And they're just really cool. And you can see here it has some Japanese writing, not to open it above 80 kilometers per hour. So interesting, really cool. I'm really excited to have that, and I will let you guys know more when I know more as well. So there you guys go. There's a few really cool STI option parts that I have had the pleasure of getting my hands on, and really hope to use on this car soon. And you know, it's just really neat to see some of these parts that were never meant to be on the U.S. market, I guess. And I have them all here, and so I really wanted to kind of just share my experience with them and talk about them, because they're something you don't see every day. So I really hope that you kind of enjoyed me just rambling for a while, and I hope that you learned something or were inspired, or can't wait to see me put them on the car if I get the chance to. So that's what I got for today, guys. I will see you next time.